Welcome to another amazing mod video. I'm so excited with this one. We are back here at Radio Waves and we'll be upgrading our Prime speakers to the Punch. And the Prime are so amazing. I've had so much fun with them, but I'm used to a bit of a higher quality of sound, so I wanted to go to the next level. So up next, we're quickly going to have a demonstration by one of the owners of the Fitment Center over here, and he's just going to show us the difference between the speakers. And these are all really good options depending on what you want and the quality level you're looking for. I went for the Punch and they work really well for me, and they were a good upgrade after the Primes. So over to Ryan from Radio Waves as he's going to explain the difference between the Prime, the Punch and the Powers.
Welcome guys, this is just a quick overview of Rockford Fosgate's offerings in the sizes that will work in a Suzuki Jimny specifically today. We start out, Rockford has three ranges: the Prime series and the Punch series, and then we go up to the Power series, all of which are fantastic speakers for the application. The Power series, being the top of the range, is quite beefy, as you'll see. It's got a huge tweeter bridge on the front. This does not actually work, even though it's the right size. Will not work in a Jimny, but in most vehicles this will work, and is an absolutely phenomenal speaker for the more high-end customer. All right, we can focus on these two. These two are the ones that we know work well in a Jimny. Starting off with the Prime series, this is currently in the Jimny that we're going to install 4 of these. These will give you great improvement compared to the factory speakers. Will perform well on the factory radio as well. So it's a very common upgrade from our side, where we will upgrade the 4 speakers in a Jimny. Most of them only come with 2. We also add the acoustic treatment and gasket the speakers around, seal the speakers in to maximize their performance. And of the limited power from the factory radio, they still will give you a definite improvement, and as I say, very popular upgrade. For the more discerning client that wants to give it a bit more, these will work. We've fitted these on the factory radio as well with great results. The difference is they're going to give you a little bit more mid-bass, a little bit cleaner tone, more natural sound, because they built a bit more beefy and can handle that. So currently we've got these in there. They perform really well. They are currently connected to an amplifier with an aftermarket radio, so they are getting the maximum that is capable from them. Again, running from a Rockford Fosgate amplifier, so they can handle power, which is great for when you want to potentially upgrade later, i.e. connect to the factory radio and then add an amplifier or an aftermarket radio later. You'll never have to change them. But in some cases, and firstly, the client is very happy with these and surprised, because value for money wise, they're not expensive, and obviously, as I say, provide a huge upgrade. Secondly, obviously moving over to these, when the client wants a little bit more, again, obviously being able to handle amplification, these will give you a richer sound, a more sound quality orientated sound, give you a little bit more volume, and will perform fantastically and will fit in the Jimny. These are the kind of best offering that will physically fit, because space is limited. We have dealt with different brands and all of that, and we always come back to the Rockfords as being the best sounding, best fitting option in the Jimny. And yeah, so comparatively, either one will give you a good result. You'll see that there's a considerable difference between the two as well, you know. And even just the form factor of it, you can see, even though they're the same size speaker, this is an oversized looking offering, and that's where that extra comes in. And either way, you will be happy with the factory Jimny speakers. Leave quite a bit to desire. 4-inch speakers versus a 5-inch, and yeah, that's the story.
Okay, and quick question: if someone's in Port Elizabeth and they want to get these Rockfords installed, the Prime or the Punch, maybe you can just give us some info about the business and where to find you guys.
Yes, so we are Radio Waves. We are very into the Jimnys. We've done a lot of Jimnys. We know what works. Radio Waves, we're at 52 Warwick Street in Newton Park, and we are the official Rockford agents of the region. And yeah, with all that experience, we'll definitely sort it out properly.
Great. Awesome, let's get into this. It's gonna be cool. So the first upgrade that I did on my Jimny was from the factory speakers to the primes, and I really liked them. They were really good quality, but now I want to step it up a notch, so I'm going to the punch. And there is also the option for the powers. However, as Ryan said, they don't really fit them in the Jimnys. I'm sure if you really wanted to fit them, you would be able to fit them, but there would be much modification needed because of how this tweeter on top actually stands out. But it is a really good speaker. All three of them are really good options for the Jimny, and it all depends on what you want as the one who's going to be listening to music in your vehicle and what you're expecting. The primes are actually really good value for money. The punch also really good value for money, and the powers, and it all depends on what you want. So as you can see, I'm just comparing the magnets under, looking at them and look at the quality of the speakers, and overall I was very impressed with the speakers that Rockford releases. So this is a really good option to have in your Jimny. If you're looking for speakers, I recommend the Rockford speakers, and there are various agents that actually train and fitment centers that actually fit them for you professionally, so you'll get a really good sound in your Jimny. So as you can see from our previous upgrade, which is also on this channel, we had put in the primes and there they are, and we'll be taking them out and putting the punches in. So another thing we'll be doing is, because of the performance exhaust and the sound that it makes, we're also adding in a bit more sound dampening, and this is just not any sound dampening, but this is fire resistant sound dampening, so it's actually much safer. Once again, I'm just comparing the punch to the primes, and even though they may have similar numbers in terms of wattage, there is a huge difference in terms of the clarity, in terms of the sound it produces, and it is well worth the upgrade if you want to get better sound, or if you're upgrading from scratch from the factory speakers and you want to go to something really good, then I recommend going straight to the punch, and they will just fit in your Jimny without having to do much modification. So as you can see, the guys from Radio Waves actually go above and beyond to make sure that your speakers fit nicely and the acoustic treatment is really good and that your speakers sound the best. So if you're in the Port Elizabeth region and you want to actually get a speaker upgrade in your Jimny, then that is the place to go. Above and beyond that, they are approved by Suzuki to actually do this kind of thing, so them working on the vehicle will not affect your warranty in any way. As you can see over here, everything is being put back and it all fits just right. In terms of the rating, I'll give on the Rockford Punch for the Jimny, I would give it a 10 out of 10. They work really well and I was very impressed. So 10 out of 10 to Rockford. And also thank you for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for some awesome mods that are still to come.